West Indies are 99 for 5 against New Zealand B team attack, needing a further 363 runs to win the third test match and level the series. That is a pipe dream, and our remaining 5 wickets will need to bat out the entire 2 sessions. There's rain in the forecast, so let's see if that comes to the aid of West Indies. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here, and I really appreciate your company and look forward to your comments. Duffy with 3 for 66. He's over the wicket and he bowls a bumper to the West Indies captain who ducks under it and it goes through to the wicket keeper and there is no run. So this attack, which probably maybe it's only Duffy would have made the first string New Zealand attack. Thank you very much. And yet still, West Indies cannot cope on a pitch that is flat like a road and where both New Zealand openers make centuries in both innings. Over the wickets come Duffy, bowls to Hope defends into the offside and there is no run. I heard persons glorifying and celebrating Brandon King's 2 half centuries in this match. Brandon King should be congratulated for making the 2 half centuries. But when you compare that to what the New Zealand openers have done in this match, how can you celebrate it? How can you celebrate that? Congratulate him, of course, but celebrating and applauding 2 half centuries for making 120 odd runs in a match where one opener make 300 and odd and the other one make 200 and odd. You know, so what is our standard? Mediocrity? Suicidal empathy? Tell us. Congratulations to Brandon King, of course, but that cannot be celebrated, especially when we need some heroic batting performances to save the third test match. So it's 100 for 5 West Indies. 100 for 5. Needing a further 362 runs to win this match. You know, as that single by Hope, you don't even know if he knows where the ball went. You are looking at this and wondering, is it the same pitch that New Zealand batted on? Because when you look back at that, look at Hope. Look at Hope. And a flat batted, well, maybe you give him the benefit of the doubt because he's probably still sick and he's out there fighting for his team. There are 2 slips on a gully, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, forward short leg. Duffy bowls to Chase, who leaves alone outside the half stump. End of the over, 100 for 5. Thank everyone for being here. Look forward to your comments. Michael Douglas is asking, can Chase bat 50 deliveries? That's a very good question, you know, Michael Douglas. I don't think that there's any doubt in anyone's minds that Ruston Chase and Blunder Factory should cut from the test squad right away. Blunder Factory is out of his depth and Ruston Chase is simply not a test cricketer. You know, we need to look beyond Blunder Factory when it comes to the test. He has not improved the team. You remember the release from Mile Bascom when Blunder Factory was selected as head coach? he was selected to improve the team because they were unhappy with what the team was doing under the former coach. They were not satisfied with that. But now the team is performing worse under Blunder factory than it was under the previous coach. And it appears that everyone is satisfied with it in the West Indies hierarchy. What double standard? Ajas Patel bowls to open, he defends the arm ball back down the inside of the pitch, forward short leg field, 100 for 5 after 45.3. West Indies still need a further 362 runs to win. That's a very good question you asked Michael Douglas. Can Chase bat 50 deliveries? 100 for 5. Ajas Patel bowls to Hope, who defends down the half side of the pitch, and there is no run. Caldrick Miles is saying that West Indies cannot win because they are not batting to win. If you try to bat a whole day without looking for runs, it's just a matter of time before you get a good or lucky ball. I understand the point that you're making, but it have happened in the past where teams bat for draw when they're in a similar position like this. And there's precedence for this type of batting that result in the match being drawn. From as way back as in the 80s, almost 40 years ago, there have been precedents where 2 or 3 batsmen batted out an entire day and the match draw. And it doesn't take away from the point that you're making. I see where you're going, but it is possible for them. On the other hand, though, they cannot win this match. They never, from the start, West Indies did not go into this match with the intention of winning the match. Those of you who were here on Friday would have heard me say that West Indies bowling attack cannot get 20 wickets in the match. You would have heard me say on Friday that the bowling attack that West Indies selected cannot get 20 wickets in the match. And see it over the 2 innings, they have gotten 10 wickets and have conceded over 900 runs. When you're going to a test match with only 3 frontline bowlers, plus Greaves, plus Chase, who you are going to bowl out? Who are you going to bowl out? You know? So, right away, we weren't planning on winning the match. Blunder factory must go. Blunder factory must go. Yes. 100 for 5. Here's Duffy. He's going to bowl to Raston Chase. He has already faced 11 deliveries, so he's on his way to facing 50. 2 slip and a gully goes down and he plays this one to backward point. 100 for 5. Marlon Brown said, I was on it. Yes, Marlon Brown, I remember you being there. Yes. You know, my good friend the other day, my good friend the other day, Andre Douglas, and his son Michael Douglas is in the chat. As Chase is beaten outside the half stump by Duffy, the score remains 100 for 5. And my good friend Andre Douglas, I don't know if I can talk cricket with Andre Douglas for a while, because Andre Douglas tried to point out to me, was it Thursday or Friday, that there's no difference between Warwican and Chase. And when the cricket disintegrated to that level, I can't discuss it with you. Duffy over the wicket, bowls to Chase defense to mid-off, no run. I am not here saying that Warwican is a world-class spinner. But he's better than Chase, and he's much better than Chase. You know, so I can't. I agree with Marlon Brown. Chase must go. Ian Blunder factory must go. Both of them must go. There's no doubt that both of them must go. Duffy over the wicket. Bowls to Chase. Chase defends back down the offside of the pitch. The bowler fielding his follow through. 100 for 5 after 47 overs. Chase is on 1. Hope is on 3. So West Indies steering down the barrel of another defeat. Sorry. You know, I heard Persis all the while say that, boy, I am too critical of the West Indies team. But what am I saying that is wrong? What, you know, tell me what I'm saying that is wrong. I'm not going to engage in suicidal empathy. I am not. I'm not going to accept mediocrity. You know, as there's a slip, a forward short leg, and a silly mid-off. Patel bowls to Hope, and he defended to silly mid-off. Here is Patel again. The left-arm orthodox spinner bowls to Hope, defends this time to forward short leg. Like, I am realistic. Congratulations to Brandon King for 2 half-centuries in a match. The first time he's opening. You have to congratulate him. You have to say, well done. But I cannot applaud it. I cannot celebrate it when you draw the comparison between what the other batsmen from the opposition are doing. You know? So there's a difference. There's a difference. Hope cuts cannot beat backward point 100 for 5. So what is the standard? Celebrating 60? Are saying well done, but you need to do better. Well done, but that's not the standard. Yeah, that's how I see it. Joseph Isaac said that West Indies batsman 100 for 5 after 48. That's another made over by Ajas Patel. How many overs have been bowled now? I think that's a 4th over. 3 consecutive maidens. Need to find a single somewhere, because the theory is that when you bowl 5 or 6 consecutive maiden, a wicket is incoming. So let's see what will happen. You know, Joseph Isaac is saying that West Indies batsmen only stand up for 1 innings and then throw it away. And you can't. How do you argue against that? Duffy bowls to Chase. Chase looks to drive on the up. Threw mid off. Runs for the West Indies captain. It's running out towards the boundary. They're gone for 1. They'll come back for 2. Let's see if they are pushing for 3. No, they're not pushing for 3. 102 for 5. 102 for 5. West Indies looking to get a further 360 runs to win this match. So the comment made by Joseph Isaac, the only thing that you can probably say about such a comment is that he's generous. Duffy to Chase, short delivery. Chase fend it away off his short hip down to fine leg. We'll see if he got gloves onto it or is off his short ribs. No signal from the umpire. He got gloves to it. He moves up to 4, and West Indies moves up now to 103 for 5. So he looks very ungainly. So Mr. Cricket Forum, I really need some backup bowlers who can take 20 wickets. Duffy to played it to forward short leg and there is no run. Start picking players with start picking with players with Caribbean background. There are plenty of players in England, especially to play for us. And that is something that I have been saying over the past 5 years. Yes, Duffy over the wicket, bowls to Hope, short delivery, which the West Indies captain ducked under, goes through to the keeper, and there's no run. But the West Indies won the international captain. There's two, it's two West Indies captain batting, you know. The white ball captain and the red ball captain. So both captains are at the crease. Yeah. Steve Russell said no consistency in the batting. Only a miracle can save us. Agree? Christmas miracle, somebody said. Check it in, Mr. Casanova. Big up yourself. Duffy over the wicket, bowls to Hope plays it to Medan. No run. 103 for 5. 103 for 5 after 48.5 overs. You know. $103 for 5. Hope. I hope he's well. I hope he's probably not at his strongest now, but I hope he's well enough, you know. Duffy bowls to Hope. Hope batting out of his crease, jumping as he plays that shot to cover. The score remains at 103 for 5 after 49. West Indies needing 359 to win. You know, so injuries to our bowlers must be taken seriously. I am making the point, Steve Russell, that this New Zealand bowling attack, it is very likely that only Duffy alone would have played if all the New Zealand bowlers were fit. This is probably New Zealand have gone into their B team lineup, you know. This is not even the A team bowling attack, you know. When you go through all the New Zealand bowlers who are not playing in this match because of injury, maybe Ajas Patel would have gotten a pick in this team, but would they have played him over Santa? We do not know. It's very likely that Santa would have played. Ajas bowled to Chase on the back foot, played it to Medan, 103 for 5. You know, and this New Zealand attack, you know, so we are talking, let's watch this delivery from Ajas. Round the wicket, a slip on a forward short leg, bowls to Chase. Chase got a harm ball, but he strokes it to the left of mid-off, and they will get a single as Phillips picked up midway towards the extra cover boundary, 104 for 5. So the conversation is that West Indies lack their bowling attack, the Josephs, because definitely Roach is injured. Even that is another blunder, you know. And I said it at the start of the tour. I think I said it also Friday night, that you can't play Kemar Roach in 3 consecutive matches. I said it. And that's why I keep on saying that Blunder Factory is out of his depth. And Blunder Factory is so full of ego that because he heard me said it, he will deliberately play Roach for the 3 matches because I said that he should not play all 3 matches. He cannot survive all 3 matches. He cannot last all 3 matches. And when you say these things and you see Roach playing the 3rd consecutive test, you hope that you are wrong. But you end up being right again, and you wonder if Blunder Factory doesn't seize it. 104 for 5 at the end of 50. Hope is on 3, Chase is on 5. You know? So yes, the attack would have been better with both Josephs. And even Seals would have been bowling better with Josephs, because you know that good players perform better with good players around them. So Seals, I'm not saying Seals is bowling bad, but Seals really need backup. So when we are saying that, boy, we miss our bowlers, we must remember that it's very likely New Zealand probably have 6 bowlers who are in front of this lot that is not playing in this match. You know, and yet still, the New Zealand B team bowling attack have West Indies at 104 for 5. How comes? What can go so? You know? Yeah, 54 overs is a lot of overs, but the thing about it, there's rain in the forecast. 2 slips on a gully goes down, and Chase covers up and play to mid-off, and there is no run. Craig Brathwaite has surgery. Got to be better than foolish John Campbell. Garth Williams, Craig Brathwaite is opening for me every day. Every day. Right now in this West Indies team, and I said it. I've said it all along. That none of the openers loud appeal going down the leg side as Rasta and Chase look to turn a straight ball into the onside. Luckily, it came back a little and was missing the leg stump. I said it all the while. We do not have any opener that is an upgrade on Brathwaite. Which one of our opener is an upgrade on Brathwaite? It's interesting. I am not one who's going to believe that one swallow a summer made. I am not like that. Duffy over the wicket, bowls to Chase, leaves alone outside the half stump, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So while I congratulate and is very pleased with Brandon King's performance at the top of the order and wish him all the best in his future test career, when that time comes, my opinion will change when the data change. But right now, there's no West Indies opener who is an upgrade on Craig Brathwaite. There's none. There's simply no West Indies opener who's an upgrade on Craig Brathwaite. Duffy to Chase, plays it to mid-off, no run, 104 for 5 after 50.5. It's not the coach, and I've been saying this a lot, you know. I've been saying this for 6 months now, that our medical department need to change. We have a physio there, we have a doctor there, we have a strength and fitness coordination, and Duffy bang one into Chase and stick him up, and he just lobbed it to second slip and he's gone. Bye-bye, Chase. There's no way after today that Sammy can pick you. Get off the damn field. You can't bat and you can't bowl, so I don't know why you're playing this type of cricket. Come off the damn field. There's no way after today you should ever see a West Indies team again. You know, and he has the nerves to be criticizing the other batsmen. Have the nerves, and the way he spoke, you believe that he's churning out centuries after centuries. And he cannot pass 10. As Michael Douglas said, can he face 50 deliveries? There is your answer, Michael Douglas. He cannot, he's gone. 104 for 6. Cannot bat 50 deliveries. And the other thing about Chase, you know why Chase bat at number 7 in the previous match and number 7 in this match too? Because he wants to say that I'm playing as an all-rounder. That's why I bat 7 today and 7 in the previous match, but he cannot make the team as a batsman. He cannot make the team as a bowler. There's no way Blunder Factory, which shouldn't be in charge, Blunder Factory should also be fired, But there's no way they're not going to fire him. He should be fired. But because his friend is the president and his friend is the director of cricket, they're not going to fire Blunder Factory. But there's no way Blunder Factory can continue to keep Rasta and Chase in the squad. I'm not talking about captain. He can't be the captain after this. There's no way. And we said it. We said it when he was named captain. We said it. You heard the interview that I have with Miles Bascom. You heard what I asked them at the press conference. And this is it. Once again, I am right. Because the thing is so simple and basic, Yeah, man. Chase as I don't know, effrontery. It wasn't about Imlach alone that he talked. You probably heard a piece of the comment about Imlach, but it was all the West Indies batsmen. He threw, well, once he threw Imlach under the bus because he called Imlach by name. But the way he was talking about the West Indies batsmen in Mr. Casanova, it was as if, as I said, he was churning out 100 after 100. She looked very determined, She's very determined. Michael Douglas thinks that 104 for 6. Michael Douglas believed that Anderson Phillips should have come before Chase and Imlach. I have a taxi waiting for Chase. He needs to pack his stuff and go, said Jamor Small. Indeed. That's the end of Chase, man. That's the end of Chase. End of him, man. Tony, I don't agree with that based on performance, because if we're talking performance, then Chase has to play white ball cricket. Here is Duffy. He's over the wicket, bowls wide outside the half stump. Imlach allows it to go through. The score is 104 for 6. So if we're talking white ball cricket, Chase more than earned his spot in white ball cricket. But when it comes to red ball cricket, he should be nowhere around. Nowhere. Yeah, Everton Thomas, I've said it all the while. He's the one I call Blunder Factory, Yeah. He's the one I call Blunder Factory. He needs to go. He needs to pack his bag and go. He needs to get out. But Blunder Factory won't go because his very good friend is the president and is equal. And Miles Bascom dare not fire him, because if Miles Bascom fired him, Miles Bascom would probably have to be exiled from his country, It's definitely the danger of Chase, Kurt Amute. Sammy dare not pick him. If Sammy pick him, we have to protest. If Sammy pick Chase again, we'll have to protest. Duffy to Imlach, who leaves alone outside the half stump, 104 for 6 after 52.3. We'll have to protest. There's no way. I don't think Blunder Factory is going to pick Chase again. He knows he cannot pick Chase. He knows. Garth Williams, you have to give me more detail on it so that I can understand. Give me more detail on it, Garth Williams. Here is Duffy. 2 slips and a gully, bowls to Imlach, who is solid in defense. Nice stride there by Imlach, that looks good. Nice solid block there by him. He comes on the front foot. Now, what Imlach needs to do is to bat and make 100. until Chase to hug up that. You know, Chase say he doesn't see how Imlach is going to score runs. So Imlach should use this opportunity to make 100 and said Chase, you can't make your age. Duffy comes in, bowls to Imlach, ducked under, short delivery through to the keeper, 104 for 6. Mikel is saying that Chase of the test team unbalanced. Yes. Yeah, the presence of Chase in the test team is making it unbalanced. I agree with your Kirk Commute. And Michael Douglas, thank for the laughter. Duffy over the wicket, bowls to Imlach, who defends out into the offside, and there is no run. 105 for 6. Thank you for the laughter, Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas is saying that Chase should not even allow himself to get sacked. I would step down immediately after this match, said Michael Douglas. If he was Chase, he'd have stepped down. So everybody is agreeing that Chase has to step down. So maybe let me run a poll and see what the feedback would be of the poll. Good defensive shot by him, like as he plays that to mid on. Duffy pitching up 105 for 6 at the end of over number 53. Oh, so there's a poll going on. Yes, so 42% of you think that West Indies should go for the win. Yeah. So you think that West Indies were how much West Indies were overnight? What West Indies were overnight? They needed 419 today. So you think that West Indies could score 419 runs in a day in Test cricket on the fifth day of the pitch? I don't agree with 42% of you. 43, that's a big number who think that West Indies should go for the win, you know. So their views have to be respected. But my opinion differ from your view. I have a different opinion. I don't think they can get definitely no, they won't get it. But at the start of the day's play, they would never have gotten 419 in a day's play on a 5th day pitch. 419 runs on a 5th day pitch. Don't think they would have gotten it. And they're crowding now. They are crowding the West Indies captain because he has blocked 56 ball. He's determined to draw this match. I keep on saying the West Indies captain. Well, he's a West Indies captain. He drives, caught that slip magnificently. Oh, not out. It didn't hit the edge. Sorry, false alarm. Not out. And they run out of review. But you have a review, so review it. Well, they're reviewing it. If you are so confident, why are you pressuring the umpire? It's like they want the umpire to review it without they reviewing it. So the review is coming up. So let's see. So I need to end this poll. Oh, it didn't touch anything. It didn't touch anything. Nothing at all. It never touched anything. It was miles from the bat. What a delivery. And, you know, and with the ball spitting and biting and turning so much, you think West Indies could really get 419 on that pitch today? I don't think so. You know, as I said, 43% of you think they should have gone for the win. Your opinions are respected, but mine different from yours. Definitely differ. Oh, and that one grips and turn again, and Shewa pulls away the bat as it goes through to the keeper. The score remains at 105 for 6. This is interesting. You know, and this is what you have to worry about let's Ajas Patel. He comes in, bows to Hope, and Hope blocks a full toss, which he should really have hit away for 4. Nonetheless, 105 for 6. So I can tell you the field. There are 2 slips, but the second slip is very, very short. He's on the pitch and he's down on his knee, and there's a forward short leg and there's a leg slip. Ajas Patel bows to Hope, who covers up, and there's no run. It's almost like a gully. He's on the pitch. 105 for 6. Yes, so this is how you have to conclude that Blunder Factory is out of his depth. Against Australia at Savannah Park, and I'm just drawing up this example, which is vivid, and most of us can understand this example because it's fresh in our mind. But there are many other things that we could point to where Blunder Factory has blundered. That's why we call him Blunder Factory, because he continues to make mistakes. Too many mistakes. All of us are human beings. We make mistakes. Against Australia at Savannah Park, Australia dropped the best off-spinner playing cricket in modern time right now. Lions. They drop Lions and play the extra fast bowler. West Indies dropped the fast bowler and play Warrican. Warrican did not bowl over in the match. So, misread the pitch there. Now look at this pitch. When you need to play Warrican, not saying that Warrican would have won the match, but you still have to make the right decisions to give yourself the best chance of winning. So I'm not here saying that Warrican would have gotten 10 for 50 and bowl West Indies to victory. The point I am making is that you have to give yourself the best chance to win the match, no matter how weak your team is. 3 slips, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, forward, short leg, grey bowl, short to Imlach, who steered it into the covers, and there is no run. 105 for 6. So he just continue to make those things. Warrican should have played here. He didn't pick Warrican. Warrican should not have played at Savannah Park. He picked Warrican to play. Blunder Factory losing it, man. He's out of his depth. He's out of his depth. Here's Ray. Bowls short to Imlach. Ray's slow, Why Imlach don't pull those ball over deep mid-wicket for 6? $105 for 6 West Indies. Hope is on 3 from 6 deliveries. Imlach is on 0 from 9 deliveries. So let's see. Should Chase continue as West Indies captain? Here is Ray. He's over the wicket, bows to Imlach, and Imlach defend to backward point. There is no run. The score remain at 105 for 6. Should Chase remain as West Indies captain? That's a big question. So it's test captain, because he's not captain. And I have no doubt in my mind that Chase should be playing white ball cricket, because he's one of our better players in white ball cricket. Left alone by Imlach, as Ray pitched up outside the half stump, he rises his arm and allows it to go through to the keeper. 105 for 6. Should Chase remain as West Indies test captain? What I told you about 5 consecutive made overs, 6 consecutive made overs, it generally brings about a wicket. It generally does. You need to pitch a single, no matter, I'm not saying that you must be scoring at 4 or 5 runs and over, or 3 runs and over. But you cannot be facing 5-6 made it over. You have to do something, man. You have to do something. You know. Jamor Sumal, you're saying that Imlak should aim for a 50. But Jamor Sumal, you're falling at the suicidal empathy class now. Because I don't want him to aim for 50 small, Jamor Small. I want him to aim for 100 a century, a big century. Can Hope guide the tail to draw this match? Asks Michael Douglas. We'll be happy if that happens. Eh? He looks very determined. He looks very determined out there. A full toss again. Those balls must drive, you know. He just blocked the half volley. So that means if you are not hitting away the ball, you're going to have more and more feelers crowding your butt, and then one is going to pop. That's the gentleman who said that if we're not scoring, then there's a ball is going to have our name on it. And I don't know if that was his exact word, but he was clearly making the point that you can't be too defensive. I told him that there have been precedents when 2 or 3 or 4 batsmen bat out more than a day in Test cricket and draw matches for his team. But he was also right, despite there being a precedence, he was also right. You know, so let's see what happened. Interesting time ahead. The spinner wheeling away, 105 for 6. Sheho blocks another half volley. You know, as Patel continues to pitch up the ball because Sheo just blocking the half volleys. So West Indies, but it's as you know, somebody in the psychological warfare and the effort to defend the indefensible. We blame everybody except who's to be blamed. So Persus, so West Indies 105 for 6 at the end of the over. So although Blunder Factory is out of his depth, persons will blame everybody. There are some persons who will blame everybody else except Blunder Factory. And clearly, because Chase is also out of his depth when it comes to Test cricket, there are those who will blame the bowlers and the other batsmen, but don't put any blame on Chase. You know? A lovely shot by Imlak as Ray pitched up and he eased it away through forward of point. Work for Ajas Patel, he picks it up, sends the return in, and Imlak is back for a second. 107 for 6. That was a good shot there by Imlak. He just came on the front foot and played it away. Hope is well. I understand he was sick. Yes, let's hope so too. Even if he would not be well enough. Because if he was sick that he couldn't bat earlier in the West Indies first innings, although he was at the ground all day, he would still not be 100% strong. He would still need a little more rest. Fit, well enough to play, yes. And it shows. You have to big up Hope for this, you know. You have to big up Hope because most players who haven't been sick would take no further part in the match, you know. So credit to Hope. A lot of credit to him. Ray over the wicket bowls to Imlak. Imlak turn it to forward short leg. And the score remains at 107 for 6. Michael Douglas is saying, to be honest, Michael Douglas, apparently you missed the point that I was trying to make. If he's not eating away those full toss, they're going to bring more players under his bat. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not talking about the tree that is close in to the bat right now. But I'm saying that more players, if he's not driving away those full toss, more players will come under the bat because they will now see that he's not playing any shots. So he needs to play a few shots so that more players doesn't come under the bat. So apparently, yeah. And what do you mean that? What do you mean though? But to be honest, what do you mean? Yeah, are you calling me a liar? I don't understand that term, Michael Douglas. The to be honest thing. I don't understand it at all. Have you known me to be dishonest? So I don't understand it at all, boss. I don't understand it. Patrick, Davey, how you doing, man? As rape. Is that a replay or is that live? Is another New Zealand bowler gone down? Yes, it seems. Oh, that was previous. 107 for 6. Ray over the wicket, bowls to Imlak, who defends into the offside. There is no run. 107 for 6 at the end of 57. So I don't know if you ever known me to be dishonest, Michael Douglas. And if you know me to be dishonest, please provide the evidence. Because I certainly don't know what you mean by to be honest. You know? And the point I'm making is that more fielders would come on at the bat if the man not driving out the ball. I'm not saying that they're going to, you know. So that's a bigger point than the point that you are trying to make. You know? So Ajaz Patel to continue. 2 for 12 from 20 overs. What can go so? As O blocked it. And that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. So there it is, Michael Douglas. That's exactly what I'm talking about now. So not only does he has 2 slip now, you know, have a silly bit off. Oh, they moved the man from forward short leg to silly bit off. And block another full toss, which he should have driven for 4. Oh, Patrick Davey, how you doing? How the cricket coming up? When schoolboy cricket starts, Imlak have to look to score though. He is batting for his spot. You know, Imlak. I think I already said that Imlak need to make 100 and tell Chase to all that. He just need to come not out though. Yeah, he needs to score his age. Ajaz Patel bowls to Sheho, who blocks another half volley. So 4 half volley bowling this over so far now. And well, the thing though why I am sympathizing with Sheho, he probably just doesn't have the strength. So I understand. Full toss and he blocks it. As see the fielders creeping in. So I think that Sheho doesn't have the strength, and that's why he's blocking those full toss and half volley. I think so. I just bowl to Hope. Hope allows it to go through the house, outside the half stump. He's playing a hand here for the West Indies. Okay, Patrick David, and yeah, the light is yes. Imlak has yes. The batsmen Sheldon use their feet to play spin. Or seldom. The batsmen seldom use their feet to play spin. Yeah. You're so right. Wagwan, my virgin Christopher Bristol. Big up yourself, man. Nice to have you here. 107 for 6. Ray will continue. Michael Ray, I think his name. He's over the wicket, bowls to Imlak, and Imlak places out into the offside. The score remains at 107 for 6. after 58.1 overs. Yeah, man. I hope is well, I am good enough, boss. I am good enough. No, I don't think so. Um, North Point Industries. I don't think you are being fair to him. North Point Industries. I don't think he's recovering from a sickness. So although he has recovered, the body still need back some time to get back the strength. So he's well enough to be batting, to block some ball, but he doesn't have the strength to necessarily hit away the ball because he's pacing himself to bat all day. That's so I think you're a bit unfair on Shea Hope because my reading of the situation, and this is my reading of the situation. As I said, he was sick. He's well enough to bat, but he's not well enough to be at 100%. And he's pacing himself so that he can bat all day. Mark, I may say this and he gets out the next delivery. Ray bowls to Imlak. Imlak allows it to go through outside the arse stump. He just pivot out of the way and allow a short ball to go through to the keeper, 107 for 6. So I think so. I think so. Yes, Christopher Bristol, big up yourself too. You got no fans said, did you see Morgan Rogers today? No, for most of the day, I did not have electricity, and that's why the match did not start on time for me. I did not start the watch along at 5 o'clock because at 5 o'clock, I didn't have electricity. I think electricity returned 28 past 7. 28 past 7. But because the match was already set up to go, it wasn't an issue for me to start immediately. But I didn't get to watch any cricket today, so I'm sorry about that. Forward comes Imlak and he plays it to mid off and there is no run. Yes, to occupy the crease for the day is no joke, and especially for a man who's coming back from illness. It will take some energy. It requires some energy. The physio. So he had food poisoning, so no way he has fully recovered. He's just out there fighting for us. I agree with that, Michael Douglas. I agree. I think North Point Industries was, and again, everyone is entitled to their opinions, but but I think North Point Industry was a bit too harsh on Shea Hope, because I'm sure if he has the strength, he would be driving out those balls. 73 ball for 3 runs. And he is frustrating the New Zealanders. And there is a chance of rain. So, but you see the point that I'm making, though. You see the point that I'm making, though, Michael Douglas. Is now 5 men very close to the bat. Although two is still not right up as the other 3, but there are still now 5 men close to the bat. And they're going to and those 2 are going to get closer and closer. Full toss, block back down the pitch by Shea Hope. He's really weak, He's weak. He's weak. Just bowls to Hope, and Hope defends, and that comes off the inside edge of the bat and go behind him. And there's look at oohs and ahs. And you can burn a review, you know, man. You burn one already, so you only have one left because you started today with 2. So burn one and only have one left. Because we were able to draw that first match because you burn your reviews. Because you can recall that Kemar Roach was dead leg before, but the umpire never gave him out. I think the umpire deliberately never gave Kemar Roach out, and I must say, the umpire probably saying, this is why you don't burn your reviews. Because when you burn your reviews, I'm going to show you something. I'm not giving them out. And you don't have none because that one looks straight. So there is it now. So there are 2 slips, a cylinder off, and a forward short leg, and a man at short extra cover. So you get the point now, Michael Douglas. And that one is an arm ball. It's going to be very close, you know. It struck him outside the half stump, not playing a shot. It struck him just outside the half stump, not playing a shot. What are they going to do? What are you asking the umpire? Why are they asking the umpire? Review it if you have to. Why is the clock just saying 7 seconds? Look how long ago. He's a coward. He doesn't. Oh, he gone at the last moment. He gone at the last moment. The ball clear. It just struck him on the full though, but it was outside the half stump. As Hope looks to leave a full toss outside the half stump. So, Colin Goodrich, I don't know the point you're trying to make, you know. I don't know what I can tell you. Or you think that Blunder factory have this magic. That's why, let me tell you, Colin Goodrich. Imlach is playing for the West Indies by default. While I wish him well and hope that he even makes 100 in this innings, Imlach does not deserve to be playing for the West Indies. And if you want to stay there and talk about he's playing because he's the best keeper, long gone are the days when you make international test team as the best keeper. You have to can bat. And Imlach have done nothing to represent the West Indies. He should not be in the West Indies team. He didn't earn his spot, and he never deserved it. Right? So while I wish him the best, don't come here with that. It's just another form of suicidal empathy. I think he's well enough to bat, but the strength will not be there. The strength will not be there for him to really motor along and score 100. Gerald Music, I just think that Shea Up don't have the strength. That's the point I'm making. You know, he does have the strength. It was frustrating me at the start, but then I realized that he just doesn't have the strength. He has not fully recovered. Yes, Mr. Casanova there surrounded him like ox, and that's the point I was making with to Michael Douglas. Is not that you know, that because he's not playing more shots, more fielders are going to come on at the bat. It was very late to Michael Douglas. It probably you're right. It probably started when it should have already ended. And it seems like it's not working. 107 for 6, but that ball clearly hit him outside the line of the half stump. He was not playing a shot though, so he can still be out. But what is going to save him that it hit him on the full outside the half stump, so DRS cannot predict where the ball would be going. It never deviated after the pitch or anything. It hit him on the full outside the half stump, so it is going to be. And to how long this is taking, they are probably concocting something. Who to tell? What's the old there? Yeah, they're checking on the DRS. They're checking on the respect Gerald music. Respect. Yeah, man. I definitely think that having recovered from the sickness, he recover, yes, but he still doesn't have the strength. And he want to pace himself to try and draw the match for West Indies. Yeah. Yes, yeah, man. So big up yourself, Patrick Davey. Here it is. Clearly struck him outside the line of the half stump. So no, he's gone, you know. He's out. How can DRS determine that that ball would have gone on to hit the stump? This is so controversial, so corrupt. This is corruption at the highest level. It took them about 40 seconds to review it. And when they review it, the ball hit the man outside the line of the half stump. And DRS predict that it would have cannon into middle stump. Paul Reifer and all those who are produced, well, not Paul Reifer, you can't blame the umpires. They are not the one who's producing the images, so you can't blame the umpires. But this is so unfair. It is absolutely unfair. I'm going to do a time check of when the ball was delivered and hit Shea Hope, when Shea Hope padded up to it, to the time when the review was taken. And I'm sure it's 40 seconds after. Secondly, the ball hit the man on the full outside the half stump, and DRS determined that it was going to cannon into middle stump after DRS itself took about a minute to show the image. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. The home teams are making a joke of this DRS. It is might as well we stop using DRS. Might as well we stop using it. This can't be right. So after the ball made contact with the batsman, so the ball made contact with Shea Hope left boot as he pushed at it outside the half stump, just pushing the pad. The New Zealanders appeal, and the DRS timer started 20 seconds after the appeal. 20 seconds after the appeal. What is DRS telling me? That ball is coming in with the arm. Look at that now. 3. This is ridiculous, man. North Point Industry say that Hope theatrics is over. Well, North Point a beat Shea up hard, you know, man. Yeah, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. This is disgrace. Cricket lose today. West Indies will lose to a New Zealand B team bowling attack. But cricket also lost today. Cricket lost. And New Zealand is known for these things, you know. From way back in the 80s, they have been thieving us in New Zealand, you know. From way back in the 80s. That's why Michael Oldham have to kick down the stump and Colin Craft have to hit down the umpire and so on. It's just unfair. Where is No Fans? Where are you, No Fans? Are you here? I'd love to hear from No Fans right now. I'd love to hear from him. This is disgraceful cricket. Almost 40 seconds after the appeal. New Zealand decide to review it. And the previous review, they don't lose it either, because they still had 2 and they should have lost that one. You see, Mr. Casanova is saying that it's over for us, sadly. And CJS is saying that's a bad decision. Patrick Smith is asking, can they tweet the DRS? Yeah, man, it's GIGO, you know, Patrick. It's GIGO. You know? It's Gigo. So, Mr. Casanova, you see the bigger point that I keep on making, Mr. Casanova, that a lot of persons don't understand, and they will say that I am too harsh. But I keep on making the point that, yes, Hodge make a century, and he should be congratulated. Yes, Brandon King make 2 half centuries, and they should be congratulated. But we still end up losing the matches. We still end up losing the series 2-0. We draw a match where New Zealand have only 2 bowlers on the field because the other 2 bowlers broke down in the match. And yet still, the umpires have to save us. So, me can't celebrate a man make 100. Me can't celebrate a man making a double 100. I'm happy for him, yes, and I praise him and I congratulate him. But that is small in the grander scheme of things. What I want West Indies to do is to win cricket matches, and they are not winning any cricket matches. I look at man when I'm in a WhatsApp group. I got talk about I can't compare Blunder factory record as a test coach with the previous World Test Championship cycle, because we played Australia and India in our first 2 matches. And I'm saying Afghanistan and Zimbabwe, we did play in our first 2. In our first 2 series in the last cycle. Sure, man. Or cook up. Yeah, you got no fans. What you thought about that decision? What's my favorite fielding position? Mid-off. I love mid-off. I love mid-off, and I could catch at slip too. I was good catching at slip, but I love mid-off. I love mid-off. Yeah, so I would love to hear your thoughts on that decision. You got no fans. Really would love to. Joseph Isaac, it's not the umpire's fault. It's the production company. They are the one who manipulate everything a while ago. And so the umpire has to go with what the production company present to them. What I would like to see, though, is that the umpires on the field must have the ability, despite what the timer is saying. The umpires must be given that privilege and say, no, although the timer is saying you have 2 seconds left, really and truly 15 seconds gone, long time. The umpires on the field must have that ability. Because clearly the DRS timer only started after, we could have counted it. It started after the 15 seconds would have passed, and I would really love to see it back. North Point Industrial beat Hope Ordiner. I want rain to just pour down right now and wash out this match. Indeed, it will be good. 108 for 7. Imlak is on 3. Kemar Roach is on North. Is that the slowest 3 runs? How many Shehope make? 3? Is that the slowest? Is that the most delivery a batsman ever faced to make 3 runs? 78. Michael Douglas, is that the most? Is that the most? And you realize the 2 bowlers who are getting the wickets though. The 2 bowlers who are getting the wicket is Patel and Duffy. And if New Zealand bowling attack was at full strength, those were the only 2 who may have had a chance to play. If the bowling attack was at full strength, if everybody was available. You know? So, and those 2 getting the wicket. Is that the most balls, most deliveries one ever faced to make 3 runs? Yeah, it's an AI decision, CJS, yes. That's the point. I said I understand the point that you were making, but you need to understand the point I'm making too. You can't be so close off to your point that you can't understand the point that I was making too, because I was making the point that there have been precedents in Test cricket where 3 and 4 batsmen bat out an entire day to save a match. You know? So I do understand the point that you are making. You were making, sorry. God will, I'm saying that we're doing better than England because we take the match in the 5th day, not true? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing better than England. Yeah. Yes. So this is going to be another block, you know. Because really and truly, I'm spending so much time on the comments because the cricket is a job. It's just so much blocking. As Glenn Phillips, the right arm off spinner, first over of the day. This is his 3rd delivery. He comes in now. He bowls to Roach, a slip and a leg slip, and Roach drive magnificently through the covers down to the boundary for 4. He just came on the front foot and eased that away. 112 for 7. And just eased it away down to the boundary for 4. Good shot there by Kemar Roach. He just came on the front foot. 112 for 7. West Indies. That was a good shot, eh? Was it? Yes, man. And that's what, as the gentleman is making the point, that probably Hope could have been playing some of those shots. I understand, yes, that he was weak and all of that, but he could have been playing some of those shots. I definitely think he could have, because those shots doesn't require a lot of vengeance. Nonetheless, it's 112 for 7. Glenn Phillips. A slipper leg slip and a forward short leg. Roach blocked the off spin out into the offside. He's getting more turn than Ruston Chase, you know. Look at Glenn Phillips getting more turn than Ruston Chase. Yes. Interesting. I want to see the poll, what the poll is saying. It should be a very interesting poll. So there's a slip, a leg slip, a forward short leg, a man at a short straight mid wicket, a backward pointer mid on. As Glenn Phillips bowls to Roach, and Roach push right out and block the off spinner. He's turning. Yeah, he's turning. unlike our potent spinner, Mr. Casanova. Mr. Casanova won. Your potent spinner was getting in the turn, and Glenn Phillips, who's considered a part-timer, is turning the ball, and he's turning it a long way too. So it's very interesting. So this is huge, you know. 80% of you think that Chase should go. 80%. Very interesting. There's no way Darren Sammy can, or Blunder Factory can keep him. There's no way. It's just another one of the long list of blunder that he has been making to appoint Chase captain. So another one of that long list. Patel didn't let go there. Oh, my. Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Patel bowls to Imlach and Imlach drives to the man at short extra cover or short cover. So I'm going to try, for those of you who are not watching the cricket, I thank you for being here. So I'm going to try and paint the field for you the next time I should see it. So what I can tell you, there's a slip, there's a gully who's very, very close to the bat, is on the pitch, but because he's behind the stump, it's not an issue because he's at gully. You have a short cover, you have a forward short leg, you have a backward point. So all those feelers are very close to the bat. It's Ajaz Patel, the left arm spinner, who has bowled, who's in his 24th over and I've gotten 3 for 12. What can go so? This must be a joke. As Imlach blocked that delivery to the man at slip and the end, no, one to come in the over. Ajaz bowls to Imlach, who turned this away through mid-wicket. Oh, I thought the ball gone through mid-wicket because the camera was going that way. But in fact, the ball was on the crease. It's 112 for 7. West Indies is 2 bits and pieces. Yes, that is true, you know. Yeah, man. We need to get rid of Rust and Chase. Yeah, we need to get rid of Rust and Chase. I'm not agree with that stat, Hillary, that the criteria for captaincy is to be from Barbados. I don't agree with that. The criteria for captaincy is that you have to subject yourself to the rule of Blunder Factory. That's what I think. So Garth Williams won Greaves as captain. Well, everyone is entitled to their choice. Don't have any problem with you stating your choice. He will not be my choice, though. Roach should be a good captain for the short term, Stephen Russell. I could see Roach captain in a series or 2, but he cannot last a 3-match series. If it's a 2-match series, then fine. But Roach cannot last a 3-match series. Yeah, but he that's not the question that I asked though in North Point Industries. The question I was asking is that's the slowest 3 runs ever. So it's a separate thing. I understand what you're saying, but it's a separate thing. Yeah. So there's a slip, a cylinder off, and a forward short leg. Then there's a backward point. Phillips is bowling to Kemar Roach, who is on 4 from 12. Over the wicket comes Glenn Phillips, and Roach swings and misses, and it goes through to the wicket keeper, and there is no run. We need to get rid of the coach first. Sammy isn't a test coach, point blank, said Sean Overcomer. Yeah, I agree with you. Time for Blunder Factory to go. Yeah, time for him to go. Over the wicket, Phillips bowl him down right through the gate. He's turning. You know, open the gap. Roach come at the front for looking to drive. The ball turn between bat and pad. And that's what happened when you bat Chase in the nets and he doesn't turn the ball and you come into match and see an off spinner who is turning the ball, you think that he's straight like Chase. But no, he turns the ball. And so that as he looks to drive and it turns, it nicked the inside edge and cannon into the stump and Roach gone. And West Indies are looking down the barrel of another defeat. 112 for 8. No, reason with me now. How can we be 112 for 8 on this pitch? Yeah? How can we be 112 for 8 on this pitch with a batting against an under-strength, a clear under-strength New Zealand bowling attack, and West Indies are 112 for 8 on this pitch? A pitch that West Indies could not get, gave up 900 runs for only 10 wickets. 900 odd runs, for only 10 wickets. Imagine that. West Indies could only take 10 wickets on this pitch while giving up sorry, it's not 900. Sorry, my apologies. So West Indies could only take 10 wickets on this pitch while giving up 881 runs. So for each wicket that they took, it worth 81 runs. And yet still, we are now 112 for 8 on that same pitch. This is ridiculous. Oh, and Phillips bowled to Phillip, and he leaves the half break outside the half stump, and it came back and shaved the half stump and threw to the keeper. Well bowled, Glenn Phillips. So Phillips to Phillip. Phillips comes in, bowl to Phillip, and Phillips stroke it back down the middle of the pitch. The bowler field and is follow through, and there is no run. So there's a slip, and there's a forward short leg, and there's a silly mid-off as Phillip grips the bat. And here is Phillips. Right arm off spinner over the wicket to the right-handed Phillip. Phillips to Phillip, and Phillip drive back down the half side of the pitch to the bowler. End of 65, 112 for 8. I said it already, but I need to say it again. On a pitch where New Zealand scored 881 runs while losing only 10 wickets, West Indies are 112 for 8 on that same pitch. So while we gave up 88 runs for every New Zealand wickets, we are 112 for 8. That means New Zealand 8 into 112 is what? 14? As I go, 8 into 112 is 14. Yeah, 8 into 112 is 14. So we are losing a wicket after every 14 runs, while New Zealand was losing a wicket after every 88 runs. Oh, Lord, my God, man. Oh, Lord. the chat is flying by right now because there's a lot of, I'm trying to pin down. Yeah, what a terrible looking scoreboard. Ajaz bowl to Imlak. And there's a chance for a run out here as return comes into the keeper's end. They will check it, but I think Imlak is back. I think he's just back. They're going to check it, but I think he's just back. He's not out. Why you have to be going over and over it again? Our next test, our next series, I think, is against, which one is first, Afghanistan or South Africa? Is our T20 series. Our next test series, I think, is Sri Lanka out here in sometime about May or so. Yeah, I think our next test series is Sri Lanka. Patel to Imlak, who played it down the outside of the pitch, and there is no run. You know, I saw the comment from Stal Hillary that he sees no hope for West Indies. But I have hope, you know. I have hope. You see, South Africa is World Test champion. And there was a time when maybe not as bad as West Indies are right now, but there's a time when South Africa was poor. But there's something that I've been saying for the past 2-3 years. Persons like John P. Nicol would agree with me. Now, there are some persons who think that we just need to play more cricket matches, and I keep on saying no. Playing more cricket matches comes after you master the basics, after you master the fundamentals. That is when more cricket matches will improve you. More of a bad product doesn't make the product good. It's going back into the lab and improving the product that will make the product good. And then you start selling more of the product. So it's the same thing with West Indies. They need to go into the lab. And the lab is drills, nets. Yes, you have to play in the middle. But you need to master the basics and the fundamentals. And as I think it was Atherton, what's the captain name? The former England captain name, Atherton? I heard him said it this morning. I heard it say it this morning, and I put it in my group, my WhatsApp group. So all of those who were talking about West Indies need to play more matches and more A-team matches and more longer regional tournament, that won't help until we start mastering the basics and the fundamentals. Master. And when I say master, it means doing the basics, doing the fundamentals for long hours. Repeating, doing the boring things for long hours. It's after doing that. And then when you achieve mastery, that's when no more matches. That's when no a longer regional tournament and more AT matches are going to help us, because then we would have mastered the fundamentals. Then we have the ability to do it for long hours at intensity. You know? And it's 132 for 8. So West Indies is now 132 for 8. So they're beginning to crowd the batsmen some more as we end over number 67. Philip is on 8 and Imlak is on 7. And Mute is saying, right now, Imlak is playing for his place in the team. Right now, Django and Da Silva is looking on. North Point Industries is saying 5th-day pitch tampering. No, I don't think the pitch is tampering. It is behaving like a 5th-day pitch. That's why I am surprised that over 40% of persons think that West Indies should have gone for the win. I don't think that was possible on a 5th-day pitch. You don't score 400 and odd on a 5th-day pitch. No, you don't. Patel bows to Imlak, who is long forward, and he blocks it to cover, short cover, and there is no run. So if Patel to Imlak, and Imlak drives an arm ball, and it peels off the foot of the man at silly mid-off and goes to backward point, and there is no run. 128 for 8. Again, Imlak is on the front foot, and he plays that one to cover, and again, there is no run. But Mr. Casanova is saying that before we can talk about Imlak, Chase must go. But Mr. Casanova, I can't tell people who to talk about, my friend. No, man, everybody is entitled to their opinion, opinions. And I think that all the wicket keepers in the region now should be looking on. You know, Imlak best chances to come not out in this now. You know, Imlak needs to come not out. Imlak need to draw this match for West Indies. Yes. For this ball now, him need to be looking a single of this final delivery to go down to the other end. That's what I hope he doesn't look to block this ball, but there's a lot of gap in the field. Just get a single. Get a look at it. A long forward block. That's what I call brainless cricket. And it's the last ball of the over. You're playing for your place in the team. Show me that you have some cricket IQ. There's a lot of gap in the field. Get one, go down on the other end and say, if you don't want to win enough, you out me. You can't out me today. Come here, go back most of them delivery. And I can't out me. That's the attitude, you know. Yeah, that's the attitude. So let's see now. So there's a slip, a leg slip, a forward short leg, a silly mid-off, a backward point, a short mid-wicket. Phillips is into Philip. He comes in, bows to Philip. Philip deep in his crease, played it to the man at leg gully. And there is no run. 128 for 8. The painter finally finishes masterpiece. He's going to get probably about 10, 12,000 US dollars for that. Off the back foot goes Philip, who plays it to mid-wicket. They're looking for a single. It's not on. The score remains at 128 for 8. Yeah, he's gonna get about, he probably get 20,000 for it, you know. So Philip, Imlach is calling Philip for and have a talk with him. But Philip was looking for the single there just now because he wants Imlach to come and strike, because he's saying that, yo, Imlach, are you at the big bat, you know? Are you where fair face more delivery? Say, my pinch a single, you need to come through and come back the ball him. That's what, it's simple as that, Philip said. But Imlach, because I'm low IQ, him not understand. Turn to mid wicket and there's no run. Him low cricket IQ. Let's say cricket IQ. Because I don't want anyone to say that I'm saying that he has a low IQ. I'm talking about cricket IQ. St. Hilary said that he still think that Imlach is a better wicket-keeper batsman. I'm glad you say you still think so, because the numbers doesn't show it. And this down the ground and it hit it over mid-on. Did he get a hand to it? And they come back for 2. Did he get a hand to it? Let's see. The tall, fast bowler jumped but couldn't pull it in. That's Duffy. He was down the pitch, mistimed it, Philip. Or he wasn't near to it. Solid in defense, Philip, as he blocked that off spinner from Phillips, who bowled that one a little faster at 94 because Philip chipped just now. So 1 for 14 from 3.5. Here is Glenn Phillips to bowl to Anderson Phillip. So Glenn Phillips tosses the ball from hand to hand. He's over the wicket, ball to Anderson Phillip, who blocked the half break to mid wicket, and there is no run. End of 69, 130 for 8. I said, wow, that's how much a painting costs, Mr. Casanova. The price varies, but situation, you know, Mr. Casanova, increase the price of a painting, you know. You see, because it captured the real moment at a match, and it is done and after match, and it is being shown on television, and because it's only one, there's not 2 and so on. That's what set up the price, you know. You know, the rarity of it, the fact that it was done live and it was a real-time event, that will drive up the price. If he had stayed in his shop and painted, it probably would have cost, it probably, you know, would have cost $1,000 or $2,000. But because of all the situation around it, because of the story around it, the romance around it, it drives up the price. 130 for 8 as Imlach blocks another delivery from Ajas Patel. Imlach face more balls than Chase. Yeah. We are. but the bowlers face more balls than Chase, hasn't they? Hasn't Philip faced more ball than Chase? Philip may well face more ball than Chase, and it will be the first match that the bowlers face more ball than Chase. As Imlach dabbed that to backward point. Because in this match, Jaden Seals faced 53 balls. And Chase, the one time Jaden Seals batted, he faced 53 balls. And so far in this match, Chase only faced 33 balls. And Anderson Phillip now have faced 15 in this innings, and in the previous innings, but in the previous innings, he faced 64 deliveries. So it's not only Imlach. So to say Imlach faced more balls than Chase is a low ceiling, Ilre. It's a very low ceiling, because everyone else does, except probably Roach. Everyone else faced more balls than Seals than Chase in this match. So that's a low ceiling. You know, it's a low ceiling. It's a low ceiling. So 55 balls for his 8. 131 for 8. Yeah, man. So somebody send out the are they listening to me as usual and then send out the message? Send out what I said. Light a candle, sing a Sankey, and find your way back home. I don't know the implication of that. So Duffy is back into the attack, ball outside the half stump. As I think they want to end this match now. They don't want to go for tea. And 18 minutes to tea, they want to give Duffy 2 overs, probably 3, and to see if he can get these wickets. Because if you get 1, you know that tea will be extended. I don't know what you mean by that, Steve Russell. What is the batting coach teaching these guys? Their weaknesses against spin bowling is the same. Outside the half stump goes through to the keeper and there is no run. Let me say something to you, you know. Persons will look, for example, at this match and they will say, well, Kavim Hodge made 100. And that should not be taken away from Kavim Hodge. I want to make it clear. You congratulate him, of course, for making the 100. And they will say, well, Blunder Factory is getting more centuries. But look at it. We only have 1 century while the other team have 4 in the same match. And unless there's a Christmas miracle, we are going to lose the match. So Kavim Hodge century in the grand scheme of things is insignificant. Is insignificant. So Michael Douglas is making the point that everybody else in this match faced 50 deliveries except Chase. I don't quote Roach because of his injuries. Thank you for that, Michael Douglas. So, and it just go back to the point that I was making to Sal Hillary, that to say that Imlach faced more ball than Chase, it's a very low ceiling because except for Roach, everybody else faced more ball than Chase in this match. Lou Prudent is saying, can we not bat out the match on a flat pitch? Apparently not. But this is what, if you think, let's watch Duffy though. It's over the wicket, balls to Imlach solid in defense, played it down the half side of the pitch, the ball of field, and there is no run. End of 71. 138 for 3. You see, Steve Russell is saying that, I mean, we have to return to the basics at some times. I want to put it to you, Steve Russell, that comment is shocking. And that comment is shocking because I have preached it here time and time again, and you're clearly not listening. Or you think that the basic is not important. That's why you think that we need to return to it. The basics, the fundamental. And I told you all the while, in Steve Russell, what great sportsmen do better than others is that they do the basics well. They do the fundamentals well. To be great in any sport, You have to be a master of the basics. You have to be a master of the boring things. You have to have the diligence like Joe Root, who batted one whole day, practicing one whole day, and the next match him turn up and him crack 100. So the thing go. Yeah, happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays to everyone. Please remember to check out the Cricket Forum store. That's the best holiday gift you can give me, you know. Check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description and use the link to buy something from the Cricket Forum store. I'll welcome a holiday present. You don't have to send it to me. By just buying it, that's enough present for me. You buy it for yourself. Buy something from the store for yourself. But that would be a good present for me. So check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description. Use the link there to buy something. So 131 for 8. Let's buy. Kirk Amud, I'm going to ask you a question. List 3 basics of cricket for me. Next year will show if we have improved or not when we play Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and those teams, said Mr. Casanova 1. Did CW hire the batting coach yet? Anyone knows? I don't think they do. I think if they did, we would have known. But why do you need to hire a batting? So they're going to fire Floyd Reefer because I saw the advertisement, you know, but they're asking for you to have a level 4. And I'm saying to myself, why ask for a level 4 when your head coach have a level 2? If I have a level 4, how am I going to take orders from a man who have a level 2? You know, it's tricky, don't? It's very tricky. I don't know what's the latest news on them. You know, 131 for 8. Don't know the latest news on them. So they're going to go to the short ball tactics here now to Imla because they have 5 on the inside. Duffy round the wicket. And he pitched up, double bluff, they call it, and Imlak blocks it down to mid-off and there is no run. So Imlak is an 8 from 63. 10 minutes to go before the tea break. If we don't lose another wicket, they'll go for tea. But if we lose another wicket, they'll have another 30 minutes. And whichever comes first, whether the last wicket or the 30 minutes. So here is Duffy. He's round the wicket to the West Indies wicketkeeper batsman. He went back over the wicket. Sorry about that. Over the wicket, he bangs it in short. Imlak duck. It was wayward though. It goes through to the keeper. Score remains at 131 for 8. Everything with CW is a secret. Mr. Casanova, you know, the other day, Blunder Factory, take Blunder Factory off of the screen and I idiot the refer. Take them off of the screen. What not show them for? Go a Blunder Factory. I want to see him face. Get out of West Indies cricket, man. Get out. As I saw that comment, Mr. Casanova saying that everything with West Indies cricket is secret, you know, I saw India name their World Cup squad, their T20 World Cup squad. And I'm saying to myself, West Indies is going to name their squad 1 hour before the deadline, you know. 1 hour before the deadline, West Indies is going to, they're going to send out a press release. They're not keeping any press conference now. They're just sending out a press release. Yeah. $132 for 8 as Duffy bowls outside the half stump. Philip allows it to go through and there's no run. So North Point Industries is saying that Imlak will do a good job as captain. It will help him to be more responsible batsman. Uh, North Point Industries, I don't want to drink what you're drinking, or what you're smoking right now, or what you're having. I don't want any of it. I don't want any of what you are drinking or what you are smoking. No, I don't want any of it. I got your part, Michael Douglas. Yes. Mm. Ajaz Patel. So Duffy is going to get one more over. Patel bowls to Imlak and Imlak drives to the sweep on the cover boundary. And he stayed on strike. That's much better now, Imlak. That's much better. After Anderson have the chat with him, he realized what's going on. Anderson did have a chat with him and said, yeah, man, you have to face most of the deliveries to the boss. If we are to draw this match, you have to face most of the deliveries. You know, so they are a slip. Let's say it's 2 slip on a silly point. Adjust to Imlak. And Imlak just buying some time. So there are 2 slips on a silly point, and then there are a ring of 3 on the offside. But Terence Brown, Imlak cuts that off the stump, and it goes to backward point. But Terence Brown, what is going to prevent them from, what is going to prevent them from getting home for Christmas? Today is the last day of the tour. Win or lose, today is the last day of the tour. So I don't understand that comment. So I don't know what to understand in it. I think that probably you need to understand that today is the last day of the tour. And so at the end of the match, they're going to leave New Zealand right away and they're going to get home for Christmas. As him flick that through mid-wicket down to the boundary for 4, the score goes up to 136 for 8. As the ball comes in with the arm and he just flicked it off his pad down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. He moves up to 12. So he's on 12. He has entered double figures. Ajaz bowl to Imlak and Imlak plays this, dab this down to the man at second slip who moves to his right and field and there is no run. 13 he is. 10 is Anderson Phillip. Patel bowls to Imlak and that's a good forward defensive block. He comes out and you can see him leading with the head there and and just block it right down at his feet and it goes down the offside of the pitch and there is no run. I agree with you, Amu. The Imlak spot in the team is, you use the word cemented. I think cemented is what would I, as he plays at 1 to mid on, end of 74, 136 for 8. You said not cemented. I don't think it is that strong. I don't think it is that strong. Yeah, Garth Williams, I believe that Pooran will be back for the World Cup, I strongly believe that Pooran will be back for the World Cup. Strongly believe. Don't worry, they will be over. Yes, they will be over Christmas with a Casanova. So I think that Terence misjudged the thing and didn't understand that today is the last day of the tour. Yes. Some of the players leave in New Zealand tonight. Yeah, so I agree with you 100%, Mr. Mikel Douglas. If him draw this match for the West Indies, him play sure for the next series. Sure, that's what he needs to do. That should be his objective here. That's what I think Philip went down to him and said, yo, boss, how you do? Come through for the singer and come back and draw the match through it. Phillips to Philip and Philip drive, beaten outside the half stump. Bales whipped off, but batsman foot in his ground. 136 for 8. That one was tossed up outside the half stump and Philip was onto the front foot, beaten on the outside edge. It never turned back. It was the drifter. But his foot was firmly planted. Jack Crawley need to look at Philip. Balance. Well balanced Philip. Jack Crawley need to look at him. Zach should say. Zach Crawley. So Glenn Phillips bowled to Philip and that one popped off. Probably hit a patch on this pitch. Probably hit one of those plates and jumped, and good technique shown by Anderson Phillip there. Look at him as he got that one right down in front of him. Glenn Phillips in, bowls to Anderson Phillip, who blocked the off spinner down the inside of the pitch. He field and there's no run. It's 136 for 8. 74.5 overs have been bowled. Let's see now as Glenn Phillips, a slip, a leg slip, a silly point, and I'm silly mid off. Forward short leg. 136 for 8 after 75. That's the end of the over. If West Indies can survive this over, they'll survive until tea. And where's the rain that was expected? Where's the rain that was expected? Where is it? Patel bowls to Imlach, who allows the ball to turn away outside the half stump. Ever so slightly though. It's 138 for 6. Is Imlach picking Patel? It looks so. Let's hope so. Patel bowls to Imlach. Imlach off the back foot and he cuts this to backward point as the fielders close to the bat. Jumps. 138 for 6. 4 deliveries to come. Survive these 4 deliveries and it will be tea. He's forward and he blocks it. So clearly, you know, Imlach on 13 from 75 deliveries. There's a slip, a silly mid off, and a forward short leg. Yeah, I said that earlier, Kurt Amew, that Phillips was turning the ball. That's why he got the wicket of Roach. Because as Imlach was onto the front foot and he driven that down towards extra cover, they should come back for 2. I hope they don't run 3. Yes, they stay on 2, Imlach on 15. I was making the point, Kurt Amew, that the reason why Kemar Roach got bowled on is because he bat Ruston Chase so much in the nets. And Ruston Chase doesn't turn the ball. When Philip was bowling, he thought that Philip was as straight as Ruston Chase. So the turn beat him on the inside edge and went between bat and pad. This would be the last over before T. Marlon Brown, unless there's a wicket. If there's a wicket, play will extend by half an hour. Maximum Imlach on the back foot, stroke it to mid on, and there's no run. I I don't know exactly how many overs left in the day's play, but what I can tell you is that they're well ahead of their over rate. So it's more time more than overs now, because they are well ahead of it. So you'd say that it's 2 hours after that. As Imlat, that first last ball, he was very nervous. So that's T. So West Indies survive until T. And so 2 hours left in the game because they are well ahead of the over rate. Well ahead of the over rate. I think they bowled 32 overs in this session. So that shows you that they are well ahead. So it's really about 2 hours left in the day's play. Because, you know, the over only comes in when they are behind with the over rate. So Michael Douglas say, one thing we can say about Anderson Phillips, I think it's Phillip though, in every innings he has played in Test career so far, the bowlers have to work for his wicket. Well, I was just thinking about the word every, Michael Douglas, because every sound like stretch to me, you know, but it's okay. Should the president of West Indies Cricket Board Blunder factory as test coach and Chase resign and hope rain immediately for T20, yes or no? Well, I can't answer yes or no to that. And since you didn't give me any other option, so I can't answer yes or no. Because, you know, you gave me only 2 options and I can't choose none of those options. So I passed the question, right, Nikimo Jacobs? Yeah. One thing we must say, Anderson Phillip is a backup bowler and not a first choice bowler. He therefore injury cover, said Kirk Amir. So thank everyone for tuning in. We have done a 2-hour session, the first for a long time. You know, it's now T will last for 20 minutes. And so take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. I appreciate the company. Have a wonderful evening. Sleep well. Let's hope that we draw the match. Take care now. Bye for now.